Oh, my eye. Well, every time when I get in front of a camera, something happens, like allergies in my eye or whatever. Anyway, so this is for my grandma. Watch this; she'll figure it out. Anyway, so my grandmother probably thinks that I finessed her out of a little bit of money, and she's gonna be watching this. She's gonna be like, "Oh, I know he did. I know." Until I, this is a little bit of a story time, right? Okay. And it's just gonna be like, "Oh, what? I didn't know all that." Okay. Anyway, let me get into it. So I'm gonna move fast because I don't want to make a long video. So make a few long. Hold on. I got a cat that's trying to sit on. He's doing this on purpose. I mind you. He's literally trying to sit on the. He's half his leg is on the tablet and half his leg is on the laptop, keyboard, screen, keyboard, and whatever. He's trying to position himself where he fits evenly. And yeah, that's not working. Anyway, so long story short, me and my brother asked for something. Two different situations. Uh, mine was more. Mine was just more of because it was my birthday. Blah blah blah. Extra money. Blah 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 blah. His was more of, oh, I need something to fix my car. He could have technically shopped around and done it himself. Anyway, I'll get to that. So, long story short, my grandma sends it. We all think, me and my mother think it's all together. So forth, so forth. We only spent maybe $30 out of the whole thing. Out of 250. Well, 246. We only spent like $30. Anyway, so long story short, we think that's all together, whatever. I didn't spend all of mine. Gave my brother whatever. He was just more like, okay. At this point, he already had got his car out the shop. His car was already out the shop, so I guess that first payment was enough or whatever. He already had got his car out the shop, or they deducted some payments because of what I already pulled the goddamn dent out. It was only a little dent, like that big, well, that big, and shouldn't have cost $500. First of all, he should have paid at least like at the most three. So anyway, long story short, so uh, I guess I don't know what happened, but my mother was on. We was all supposed to leave that day. My grandmother called. My grandmother calls. My mother tells her what happens. I'm pretty sure my mother tells her the whole complete story. But see, my grandma is one of those type of people where she has three things she likes to do. Three. It's either the yelling and cussing, screaming. You know that routine. Just basically getting on to somebody. Doesn't necessarily have to be cussing, but I have to say that because she'll just say, you gotta clarify things with my grandmother. But anyway, so it'd be kind of like that or whatever. It'd just be getting on to a person or whatever, right? So, um, so we get it all situated, whatever. No, we don't get it situated. She calls, they talk, whatever, blah blah blah. I'm in the car, already got my seatbelt on and everything. I'm ready to leave. My mother's getting in the car too, but instead she's standing there on the porch talking on the phone. Just bring the cell phone. Let's go. We got cell phones. Let's just she call one of us. Let's go. Anyway, so out of nowhere, after my mother specifically tells my grandmother what happened, I'm hearing a little bit of the conversation. My grandmother has the nerve and audacity to ask to talk to me. I know you people are like, what? Yeah, that's the same expression that I had. Why are you want to talk to me when you were just talk? She's one of those people. You gotta tell her 10 times the same story 10 times. It's annoying as fuck. It's really annoying. So anyway, so she wants to talk to me. I already know what she's gonna say. I pretty much know what she's gonna say. So I just don't even bother to get out the car. Hoping that nobody gives me the phone either, because it's just gonna cause a big old issue, and I really don't feel like being irritated for no reason. And it was gonna be pretty much like that, being irritated for no reason. You know how like people say unnecessary stuff just to irritate you. You know what I'm talking about? Like people just say irritating things just to irritate you, even though they know what they was already told. Okay. Anyway, so yeah, so she asked to talk to me, and I'm just like, I'm sitting in the car. I'm not getting out the car. My mother just should have got in the car, but she didn't get in the car. So anyway, long story short, I know my grandmother may have think that I am the finesser when actually she should be talking to her youngest grandson because he is the finesser. See, he first of all, I would have never asked for $500. First of all, I would have never asked for $500. Maybe I probably would have broke it down in months and said, "Hey, can I get this much? Then next month this much, next month this much." But at the same time, anyway. So he's one of those people that doesn't shop around for anything. Like today, I tried to get him to get cheaper insurance, he, but instead of he wants to pay, he would rather pay $400. Well, since his insurance went up, he still would rather pay $400 than to see if he can get cheaper insurance. But that was a problem, I guess. I don't know. I'm the one who was like, "Hey, you should do this." And he's just sitting there looking at me like I'm crazy. How am I crazy? I guess you're right. I am crazy because I should have never tried to get him cheaper insurance. I should never try to get him cheaper. Should have let him stick to struggling. I mean, it's not like he pays anything anyway. And I know if my grandmother watching this, she's like, "Oh, she don't pay anything." Yes, he does. He only pays his car payment, his insurance, telephone, internet, cable, which is a combined one bill. Telephone, internet, cable is combined one bill, which is like $105. He complains about he needs more extra money, but he won't pick up a second job. He complains about this all this time, but he won't pick up a second job. He won't try to get a raise. He won't do anything else to help himself, but he will complain about it. Because I mean, like I say, he's into music, but his only music is he gets a check from his church for playing the drums, and he's not the head music person. Like they put somebody else out there before they put him out there. I mean, but he gets paid. You see what I'm saying? Yeah, he plays sometimes, but at a certain point, you gotta be like, "Hey, look, sometimes some things isn't worth it. Whenever I need to help myself, he will not help himself because he figures he's like an old man. He has to do this, this. He got to, like, for example, you know how older people get up at a certain time every day. They do these certain things. It's completely different from having a. It's completely different from having a. It's like a routine you have to do. It's different from being organized and being on a schedule. His is more of a routine. He has to do this. He has to do that. Has to he has to go to bed at a certain time. He has to eat at a certain time. He has to walk around the house at a certain time. Like everything he does has to be calculated. Like it's just really weird. Like he won't eat anything, but he'll complain like he's hungry, and literally he will eat 3 crackers. I've seen this boy, this guy. He literally ate 3 crackers, not one, not two, but 3 crackers. Literally ate 3 crackers. And there was another time he literally had a cookie, like he literally got the cookies that are in a package. He literally got a cookie broke it in half and ate half of the cookie because it was like after 9 when he got home. He didn't want to eat too much heavy stuff where it I don't know. He like takes things way too serious. Maybe it's his workout regimen. I don't know. But yeah. So my grandmother says, "Oh, I was going to send a Christmas." Okay, well, you could have sent a birthday card too. By the way, grandmother, I still haven't got. Technically, if you want to be technical about it, I haven't got my mail yet. Technically, I never got my mail. Actually, I really didn't get my mail because she said she sent it separately. We didn't know, so But oh, that's what I was going to say. She sent it separately. She told us that she sent it separately. We were thinking, me and my brother were thinking it was all together. It was my mother who said it. I was like, okay, cool. I went with it. But my grandmother says, oh, well, I sent it separately. Okay, well, I didn't get my portion. I didn't get my separately. I never got my separately. My separately has not came in that mailbox yet. See what I'm saying? My mail never came in the mailbox. So basically, whatever I asked for is still out there in the mail land somewhere because it never got here. I never used it. And even if it did come, I'm not going to break off any of it and give it to him. No, he doesn't need it. He had a good job, which he complains that they screw him. They don't screw you every check. They don't screw you every check. Maybe it's something you're doing on your end. Like, for example, income taxes. He won't go and check to see what's wrong with his incomes. Why does he have to keep paying the IRS? He just deals with it. It's like it's like a person that's being bullied. Like they won't try to stop it or they won't block the person or they won't tell anybody. They just deal with it. You know what I'm saying? Like if this bug keeps biting you, instead of moving the fly or the bug away from you, you just sit and deal with it. That's like what he does. He just deals with it. Doesn't bother to try to fix it, find out, whatever. He just deals with it. It's really weird. Like he's a really weird guy. I know my grandma's probably gonna be laughing about this, but like, oh, you're so funny. I don't know. No, I'm not being funny. I'm being serious. Like, I don't. I Gator Gang. I don't lie to y'all. I will never lie to y'all about anything that I say. I may fabricate a little bit, but I will tell you if I do stretch the truth a little bit, I will say so. But in this case, I'm not stretching nothing. I'm dead at. I'm not stretching nothing. I'm telling the absolute truth about this. There's nothing here that I'm saying that is false. Like I'm telling you the absolute truth. But but yeah, that is just what he does. I don't understand. It's just really weird. And then my grandmother thinks that I'm the bad guy. No, maybe you should check. I love my grandmother and all, but sometimes she has questionable things. Like you can't all like for example, if I'm telling you I'm depressed, you can't. She will literally tell me it's me. I'm the cause of whatever issue it is. Like if the sun is purple, my grandmother will tell me I'm the reason the sun is purple, and I'm like, why is the sun? I don't understand. You're the reason why it's like that. I don't have any control over it. For example, like this. The insurance guy, he always constantly says the insurance payment is either under whatever amount or it's always under whatever amount. It's never over. It's never the exact. Well, sometimes it's exact. Like lately, the past several times it's been under, and I know that it hasn't been under because I've had people around while I counted, and we've counted this. Like here it goes, right? He said we owe 226, right? Which is actually he's supposed to count all the $2 already because we paid over. We paid $2 over. Well, he was supposed to count that, but he didn't count that in there either. So here's what I gave him. I gave him 11 $10 bills. I gave him two $50 bills. I gave him a $20 bill. I gave him a $5 and a $1 bill. How much is that, people? That is $236. $11 bills is 11 $10 is $110. Two fifties is $210. A $20 bill out on a $20 bill, that is $130. Add on a $5 bill, that's $135. Add on a dollar bill, that's $136. See what I did there? $136. I mean $236. See what I did there? He said that was the exact amount. That was 226. Bruh, where'd the other 10 go? I'm like, where's the other 10 go? You know what I'm saying? I'm like, man, you can't. If we tell my grandmother that story, my grandmother will somehow get from that to, are you sure you didn't take that? Are you sure you didn't take that? And then she might do her famous laugh, like it's funny, but that's just her being a smartass. You know what I'm saying? You know when people are being a smartass, she can say she's not being a smartass all she wants. Maybe she's intentionally doing it, maybe she's not. But she can say, no, that's just being a smartass. I'm sorry. That is. And she'd be like, oh, did you take that extra 10? How did I take an extra 10 that I just told you I counted in there? There's people around counting it. It can be on video of the whole situation. It can be a 24-hour live feed. My grandmother will somehow get Gator. Did you take that extra $10 and then laugh about it? And they're like, oh no, I know what you said. I know what I see. I'm just asking. I gotta make sure. No, why would you have to ask or make sure if you didn't think somebody really did something? There's no such thing as I'm asking to make sure after watching proof. It's really not. But yeah. So anyway, how did my brother get over? Because obviously he didn't need all of what he said, and he never said he didn't need it. He just stuck to it and kept it. Out. Hey, whatever he does, that's his business. But if I should get in trouble, I think the other person should too. Actually, instead of me getting in trouble, the other person should, because technically they're the one who's finessing. I got nothing to do with it. I can't help that. You know what I'm saying? Hey, it's crazy. I probably have to say this again when the story about my brother comes out. And some of this stuff is going to be said again in that video too, but it's not going to be everything. It's just going to probably be like a couple of things I'm going to say. But yeah, that's all I want to say. My grandma think that I be finessing her, but it really don't even be me. Like like I do less stuff and get blamed more. It's really crazy. It's really crazy. Like I could not be somewhere and get blamed for something. Like I don't understand that. It's crazy. But I hope my grandmother watched this and my grandmother understands and realizes that sometimes she does a little too much on the accusations. Because sometimes we as people gotta learn that we just because we feel a certain type of way about someone or feels that a person does this or a person's out to get or out to do this, sometimes we can actually do more harm than good, especially the older generation. They do a lot of harm than they do good. That's why all the my generations, the ones under me, all the generations after me, I said all of them like it's like a lot. It's not. Anyway, the other generations is like so messed up because of the older people. The older people is the one that gave everybody these problems and issues that they did not care to figure out. You know what I'm saying? I understand at a certain point, it wasn't really like a big deal, and it wasn't really known. They just thought people were crazy. But now there's a lot of people that knows that there's people with issues, and they will tell them to do things like I don't know, pray about it. God, you know what? And since we're on that subject of prayer, yeah, you can pray all you want. but it's not going to help anything if you're not helping it, or if somebody else is not helping you help it. So prayer is pretty much doing nothing for you unless you're getting some type of help or you're helping. For example, I get depressed sometimes. I do have depression. And like my grandma would be like, I don't know, pray about it. Like I can literally want to talk to her about my issues, and she'll be like, well, pray about it, or you're the reason, or it's like, dude, that's not helping me much. It doesn't make me feel better. Like, you should be like, okay, hey, I understand this. Like, if you can think, like, you could want to have an opinion about something, and then somebody will be like, oh, well, you're the fault, you're the reason, you're the cause, that doesn't help you much when someone is blaming you, and you're just trying to get a simple thing like advice. Like, you know what I'm saying? That's what I'm talking about. The older generation, they really screwed people up. They don't try to. No, they want to blame one person just because they feel a certain type of way. That's not how you do things, man. That's not how you do things, people. You gotta be willing to listen and try to help people, not try to down people and then expect them to know that. Oh well. Oh, why is this lady acting like a baby? What the hell? I don't know. Ellen DeGeneres got some weird people on her show, man. I don't know. Anyway, so yeah, well, that's just my little rant right there. I'll see y'all tomorrow.